back to another episode. And of course, it's a late night episode. And so if it's a late night episode, we got to have some lovely ladies with us. And as you guys can see, we do have three lovely ladies with us tonight. But before any episode gets started, of course, I got to shout out the people that make this happen. So as usual, we typically have the bottle here, but we finished that shit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Shout out to the Castle Club in the back and the guy that's making this really happen, our producer, Big Connor, right there. Hey, shout out to him. Can one of you guys just bring me the bottle real quick? You guys already know we do this live. The Telson bottle. It's right there on the table right behind you. Thank you. Thank you. No, we got one right there on the screen. I want to bring another just so they can see it right there in the shot. Right here, as you can see, there's a little left because we've been enjoying it. All right. It's a great tequila here. I didn't make the best drink, but it doesn't matter. It still went down amazingly. We still have women who loved it here, right? And that's because it's so smooth. All right, so that's Telson Tequila. If you're not here in Vegas, that means you can't really get it at a liquor store. So you're going to have to order it online. Don't worry. The actual website will be in the description. You'll be good to go. You can have it delivered right to your door like a boss. All right, so we'll have that right in the description for you. You'll be good to go. But you're probably wondering, how are these guys drinking out of such great glasses? Like, oh my God, they're looking super fancy. Cheers to everybody here. Yes, all right, this is Masai Services. That's the MS right there. All right, so if you want to actually be able to get that, it's paintlikeagirl.com. The link for that will also be in the description. I'll get that all set up. But how did we get this here? It's because of the one, the only, Big Boss Messi. And no, I'm not talking about the one that played out there in the, Spain and all that shit. No. We talking about the black one, the one with the dreads. And if you out here in Vegas, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Shout out to the Big Boss Messi. He's out here making things happen behind the scenes. And if you want to be on the show, you're thinking you got a little, let's say, opinion, you're thinking you're entertaining, go ahead and hit up Messi. He'll make sure you're on here because he's a boss. All right. And then where are you actually going to be? You're going to be here in Bold Content Studios. This is right here in Vegas. We got the airport in the background. We got the strip right there. If you guys checked out the thumbnail, you saw it all. It's a beautiful view. And maybe you want to record your show out of this. Go to boldcontentstudio.com, right? You'll be able to check that out. You'll be able to get your whole services. We'll edit the video for you and give you some social media clips. We're not haters. We want you guys to win too, right? But on a different note, right? Because before we get into the lighter side, right? If you guys wanted to be a part of the community, maybe you would have heard this news a little bit sooner. You can join the community at the locker room, right? The link is right below here on Rumble. If not, it might be on the screen. You guys can check it out. That's the first and only private community for athletes of all levels. That means if you played a sport in high school, that means if you went pro and retired, maybe you're still playing pro. We've got a community for all of you guys, and we're helping all of you guys get your life right. Maybe it's making money, creating relationships. Maybe you just want to, I don't know, connect with people that are like-minded. We got the place for you. It's the locker room. The link is right here on the screen or down below, and you'll be good to go. But on a different note, I want to say shout out to Irv the God. All right, if any of you guys are from Vegas and you know who that is, this drink right here, this is for him. All right, the shout out to Irv the God. Today was a day that was tough for a lot of us. He actually was going to be my guest on the day for the show earlier today. If you guys, nobody really knew that, but he's a really good person. He was able to make great relationships all across the city. I don't want you guys' arms to be, get a little workout here, but I know she's got a big chalice right there. But this is really important because he, though I didn't have a long interaction with him, the moments that I had were very impactful. He was a great person. We had things that we're going to do together, and I got to say shout out to him. And this one's for you, brother. Yes, all right, great human. All right, shout out to Herb. Moment of silence after cheers. Don't worry, Pooh. That's for you right there.
Sorry,
third party.
I tried.
Cheers to you, brother.
Oh man, I felt that one.
Absolutely. And we'll get back to the show off of that. We'll get back to the show because we want to take it back to a happier note, right? And because even though that was something that might not have been the greatest, it's still a celebration of his life. And we're going to celebrate the life that we have right now and make great moments, right? Have a little bit of happiness, have a little joy. No, that's what we were drinking to, sadly. Yeah. Sadly, that is what we were drinking to. He was going to be my guest today, and
he passed away.
He did today. So thank you.
For sure.
And we're going to celebrate his life, as well as we're going to celebrate ours and make great moments as well, right? That's what all of the people want. And if I pass at any moment, that's what I would want. I want you guys to turn up in my honor. All right, celebrate for me.
I know that's
all right.
right.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
Would
celebrate for him. What was that?
It would be sad.
It would be. It would
But
be.
we're gonna celebrate today.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be sad that I would have to have left at that moment, but you know, you could celebrate the moments that we had together.
I love that.
Yeah, and that's what I hope to kind of inspire for anybody else that's watching or sees this. That's a family of his or a friend of his that we would like to call family. Shout out to you, bro. You're a great human. You did great things, and you did nothing but look out for people that you were connected with. So I want to say shout out to you, and we all want to hopefully live a life that makes people feel the same way. All right. So, cheers.
Cheers. Dang, I didn't gave him the rest of my cheers.
I love it. I love it. Because quite honestly, who knows? You know, maybe you don't need any more for the rest of this conversation. We don't know yet. We don't know. Yeah.
She's gonna need more for sure.
Right. She might. And as a matter of fact, we're gonna get right into it. And in order to get into it, we got to know who we're talking to, right? So I'm gonna start right here. Don't worry, Pooh. We're gonna get to you. You're still gonna be a part of the conversation.
You already said my name is not.
No, absolutely. You know, absolutely. We're still gonna get to you. We're gonna get to know more about you.
I'm not
we're gonna get to more.
Anything.
Oh, I know you're not. I just don't want you to feel left out. Don't worry. It's okay. Now I'm gonna start right here with Lala. Though the rest of the guests might not know her. I know I can shout out some names. I've been having some conversations with them before the show. And if you wanted to see a little bit of those conversations, join the locker room. You get some behind the scenes access. You would have been able to meet them before the show, but you didn't join the locker room, so you don't know. All right, so we'll start with Lala right here. Thank you for the bam. I like that. We got a little ad libs at the end.
Okay.
All right, so they already know your name. You're Lala. Can you tell us your age? All right. Ooh, we hopping right into it.
I know. I am 35.
Okay. What about your highest level of education completed?
College. I have 2 associate's degrees.
Okay. What are those in?
Business management and business tech.
Oh, dope. Okay. So have you started some businesses?
I have.
Okay.
I have. They ain't really took off, but you know.
Sure. We got them started.
That's
the first step, right? You got to start in order to get anywhere.
That's right.
Right? Are any of you other ladies business owners or entrepreneurs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll learn a little bit more about that in a second. All right. Now, for you, I know you said you had those 2 different college degrees. And what exactly would you describe as your profession, right? Like, what do you do for work right now?
Currently, I do a lot of things.
Okay.
You know,
what's the one that makes the most money?
The security.
Okay.
Security. I work for home for a security company. And that's pretty much bringing in the bang of the buck right now.
Okay. All right.
I do like modeling on the side. I also dib and dabble in other things like hair, lashes, things like that.
All right. I like that. You know, a little versatile.
A little bit.
You said security, right? You more so talking cyber security, or
all of it.
Okay.
Cybersecurity. Also, we hire like armed guards for businesses, nightclubs, things like that. Private security.
Dope.
You know, domestic situations. You may need a bodyguard with you when you're swapping your kid. You know, things like that.
Okay, I like it. So you're hiring those security. You're not the one going out there.
No.
All right. Perfect. I didn't want that. All right. I like it. All right. And what's your relationship status?
I'm single.
Okay. And the last question that we're going to ask you, and that I ask everybody that's on the panel because we like being able to collect this data. Have you ever been flown out?
I have.
Okay.
First time.
First time,
and it was a good time.
All right. Perfect. All right. I see where you're going with that. And then the next question I have as a follow-up is, do you believe there's an obligation to have sex if you're flown out?
No, I don't.
All right. It's noted. We appreciate your answer. And we're going to move on to our next panelist here, the next person who's going to give us their introduction. What is your name, ma'am?
Andrea.
Okay. And what is your age?
I'm 25.
25. Perfect. What is your highest level of education completed?
So boom, I completed like a year of college. I was majoring I started majoring in business management, but then I changed it to performing arts because I started dancing and acting a lot more when I was in college.
And that's all within a year?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You had a fun year at college. Where was that?
It was back in Cali. I grew up in Victorville, so I had just went to the college out there.
Okay. Like a community college?
Yeah, it was just like a community college.
Okay.
I had transferred over here when I moved out here in 2018, but then they dropped me from all my classes because I didn't pay the fees.
Damn. That's dirty. That's
It
dirty.
was, and like I had got paid like 2 days later. I was like, if y'all would have just gave me 2 more days.
That's it, right? Just 2 more days. And where are you from, by the way, Lala?
I'm from Georgia.
Georgia. Okay,
Yeah.
down south.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
hmm
Okay, all right. That's not too far from where I'm from.
Not too far, preferably East Atlanta, though.
Okay, all right. Yeah, most people who are from
what's up.
Atlanta aren't from Atlanta. Just like people who say they're from Boston or from LA, they're not from those places. They're like in the
Right.
outskirts. We know what it is.
Well, what people
Everybody.
don't,
Most people that live in Cali just say that they from LA because
Exactly.
they say that all
And it's the
like it's
same
all
with-
LA.
it's
I'm
the same with
like,
Georgia.
I mean, it feels similar, but it's not all LA.
Exactly.
You're absolutely
That
right.
part.
And like you were saying, Lala, it's not the same. Everybody says
It's
the same
not
thing
the
in
same.
Georgia.
It's the same with Georgia. Because a lot of times when I say Georgia, they automatically be like, Atlanta? Well, you going to answer for me. So, yeah.
Right.
Atlanta. You know,
When you
so-
really from like Marietta or
Exactly,
Decatur or some shit
exactly.
like that, you know, we
Mhm.
get what it is. And don't worry, we can get to you as well. I'm gonna figure out where you're from because I don't know that yet, but I wanted to take a guess. I wanted to take a guess, but we'll figure it out. But you were telling us, you know, you're from the Cali area. You went to a little small community college, so the highest level of education completed was high school. All right, and
Pretty
the next
much.
thing would be what's your relationship status?
So I just recently got divorced.
Okay,
So I'm like just, single, I guess.
fair. And how long were you married?
I was married for 3 years.
Okay. Did you initiate the divorce or did he?
So he had initiated it because he was mad, but he didn't really like want it. I was just the one like, if you're gonna say something, mean it. So I guess we in a divorce.
Oh shit. Okay, bet. So you was like, well, fuck it. You can't walk back on your word. Be a man on it.
Yeah, because I was like also just over it at that time. So I'm like, we were already like separating.
Sure.
So it was just like, yeah.
Well, why was he mad?
We had got into like a real nasty like argument. And yeah, he just like blurted it out. He's just one of those that just like says things that he don't mean all the time. So
Fair.
it was just one of those, and he was just like, I want a divorce. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Okay, so there was no quote unquote infidelity.
There was
Okay, from your side, his side.
his side.
Okay, and you were still willing to stick it out.
Yeah, I was trying to, but yeah, it was getting hard. That's why we ended up separating because I was just like, I just can't be around you right now. But that just ended up turning into divorce.
I can understand that. And you're saying you were sticking with it even though he had infidelity, but like the arguments about that kind of just pushed it over the edge per se.
Yeah, and like the arguments weren't even about that. We just be arguing about shit.
Holy shit! What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
So yeah, I do a little bit of everything too. I'm a dancer, so I'm in the Tina Turner tribute shows as a backup dancer. And then I also am a dance coach for different schools out here in Vegas.
Okay.
Then I also have a group of kids. It's like this, they're artists, they're music artists. They have like different performances and stuff. So I'm their choreographer for all of their shows.
Oh, I thought you went on some Diddy shit for a second. All right, I'm glad you gave that explanation.
What?
Fool's face is perfect.
Oh my God. I'm
Nah.
so confused.
All
All
the
of
parents
that.
is involved. It's more of like a dance mom.
All right, perfect.
That's what I was getting.
Perfect. I love it. All right, thank you.
My God.
Thank you for the clarification.
So yeah, I do that. And then I also work with different artists and stuff, dancing, doing choreography. I'm a model, so I do like runways. I've been published in a few magazines. And then I also act. I've been in like music videos. I've been played in extras in movies and stuff. And now I'm a makeup artist too.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll get more possibly into your relationship. Maybe it'll be able to help some people out there in the future if you feel like they're giving some
Lord.
information, right? But
Okay.
you had already told us you're from California, so we don't have to ask that one. The next thing that we were going to ask is, have you ever been flown out?
So boom, let me tell you what just happened. So I actually did just get flown out, right? I had a first class flight.
Okay.
I'm bougie. So yeah, I had first class everything. The airport, this flight was last night because I was getting flown out for New Year's Fashion Week.
Okay.
The airport lost my flight, which then caused me to miss my flight. I mean, no, the airport lost my ID, sorry. The airport lost my ID, which made me miss my flight after that. So yeah, that was like a whole thing.
Oh, wow. So you didn't get on the flight?
No, I didn't. Like, I literally missed it by like a few minutes.
Oh, shit.
Because the whole time I'm over here trying to get my ID, and then no one's trying to help me until they finally see my ticket. They're like, oh, you're flying first class? Yes, I am. Oh, let me get the supervisor on the phone. I'm like, It's too late now and I missed it.
Diabolical.
And they're like,
Just
well,
terrible.
we can get you down there later. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be at my fitting at 12. What you mean?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes,
Okay. So I'm going to give more clarification and try to get more context here because it sounds like you were getting flown out for a job, right? You were getting flown out to
It was
model.
my friend that was flying me out. Like the company that I was working with, the designers or whatever, like they weren't flying me out or whatever.
Okay.
They just put me in the show for New York Fashion Week, and my friend was just making sure I got there.
And by friend, you mean a male friend?
It was a female friend.
Okay. Are you bisexual?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Understood. Just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page with the conversation because the next question, you already know what the follow-up would be because I asked Lala, do you think that there's an obligation to have sex when you're flown out?
No.
All right. Cool. Noted. I just wanted to take all this information in. And I can see you've been waiting, but I'm coming to you, girl.
I wasn't. You keep saying this.
It's because I like messing with you, boy.
Why?
Right? Because I know it's a great reaction that we're going to get. And it's
up.
going to make for great content.
'Cause
Don't
you're
worry.
so innocent.
It is.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kinda.
That's a great word to be able to put it.
Really?
I think so.
It's
Right?
the bows.
Maybe.
You got
Maybe.
confused.
So we all know what your name is because I've said it multiple times. But what is your age?
My age?
Mhm.
30.
Okay. And what about your relationship status?
Single.
Okay. What about your highest level of education completed?
High school.
Okay. And where are you from?
But
Oh,
I skipped a grade,
okay.
you know? But I was a hustler, so I was making more money on the side. I was like, this means more right now. So
Got you. So you're
Yeah.
just like, you know what?
at
After
the
high
end of the
school,
day, though, it was the right move.
okay. It was the move that worked out best for you and your happiness.
Yes, because I was able to make connections
Mhm.
that led me to start being influenced on the right direction. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you was hustling in high school.
yeah, I'm still hustling now though.
I like it. I like it. What were you hustling? You was doing like candy bars or
Yeah.
like,
No, I
holy
would.
shit.
Oh, I guess I probably should have said what I was doing though.
Okay, fair. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right. We'll keep that off camera.
Anyways.
And then the next question that we were gonna bring up because I didn't get it. Where are you from?
I'm from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed
Okay.
that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Where is like your family? Have they descended from Hawaii or did they just like kind of move there?
So my mom and dad have like a weird story themselves. But they met in Cali. My dad's Hawaiian Samoan and my mom is Irish and Swedish.
Okay.
So, you know, whenever my dad got a job back in Hawaii, they met in Cali, they moved there, they had me, then they had my sister, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Here we are. You know, the rest is history.
Yeah.
And just so we can get everybody's on the table because we know you're Hawaiian and I guess
Irish, Swedish, Hawaiian, Samoan.
all right.
But Hawaiian
A little bit
white.
of yeah,
is
I was about to
easier.
say
Yeah.
yeah.
Hawaiian
But I
white.
appreciate it. And you guys, African American, or do we have other ethnicities that are hidden that we don't know about?
I have like Indian and white, Puerto Rican.
Okay, all right, African American.
Yeah, I'm just black.
Blackity black.
There we go. All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure it was on the record there. Just wanted to get it all out. And your profession. What do you do for a living?
So I sports bet now.
Okay.
I have a website of my own and I've been doing that since 2020.
Okay.
Prior to that, I was always in the kind of nightlife, restaurant, or, you know, bottle service, cocktail waitress, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But I've worked so many fucking jobs in my life. So it's like, you name it. Like, I have
For
a
real.
I
long
felt that.
resume of
Same.
random shit that I've done.
Yeah, I can hear you, right?
Yeah,
Like you said,
but-
you're a hustler.
At the end of the day, yeah, I'll do whatever I have to do to, you know, pay the bills. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No judgment here. This is the panel. It's
Okay.
gonna be a safe space. That's what we
For
call it.
real.
And the next
It
question.
is what it is, you know?
Right. Absolutely. Come
Yeah.
on. It's called life. He's out here living it.
Period.
You already know what we're gonna ask next, right? The question that we've asked everybody else. Have you ever been flown out?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to see me and you don't live where I
Mm.
live, why wouldn't you fly me out?
Okay.
Not
I
Okay.
mean,
It doesn't make any sense.
if you can't fly me out, don't fucking see me.
Okay.
Common sense. Like, wait, what?
Got it.
You want me to fly out, pay my own money to see you?
No,
That's confusing.
Lost, right? She has no
Very
comprehension of that.
confused.
Okay. All right. So
No,
like,
you should see me.
all right. So do you think that there's any
Okay.
obligation to have sex once they're flying you out?
I mean, yeah, I would hope so. I want to fuck like too, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I think that's what it's about. I understand in certain circumstances, yeah, maybe you don't want to. I don't think at the end of the day, like you should be forced when you get there. But I think that's the obligation. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I want to do it too. That should be what I'm thinking.
I love
right?
that. Yeah, no, I
But that's me. You know, I respect
Mhm.
you guys and I respect where everybody comes from, like, you know, from
Sure.
that standpoint. But that's how I feel.
okay.
So,
No, I like that. I like that because
I
that
don't
takes
know.
us right into the
because
conversation.
imagine I come there ready to fuck. I bring my lingerie. I'm all ready, and he doesn't want to fuck me. What
Rarely
the
gonna happen.
fuck? Like that's weird.
It
Like
is.
I just pack my lingerie back up and go home.
No,
Like,
just because you
kill
brought that
me.
up,
Please kill me.
how often
know
has
what I
that
mean?
actually happened?
Maybe like never, but
Okay,
still,
all right,
it
fair,
could.
fair. Because
It
that,
definitely could.
It
Well,
could, and I would die.
You
I
never know.
would
It
literally.
could.
That's like the worst.
no,
Tell
it
me
would be.
not.
It would be the worst.
I would need to nurture my fucking confidence for like the next year or two after.
Sure,
You know what I
because it
mean?
was like,
Like,
goddamn, I
come
brought
on now.
everything to be my sexiest.
Exactly.
and then you happen to
liked it,
find
but now
out-
you flew
you
all
happen
the
to
way
find
out
out that this
there,
guy was
all
gay.
the fucking way out there.
Yeah,
Maybe you traveled 6 hours. Maybe not that I've done that,
right.
but
we're not
you know,
asking
if
history.
I did, I would be hurt. you
Sure,
know?
sure.
Like,
Just to
what
get
the
all the way
fuck?
out there
Yeah.
and to
then
find
they don't wanna
out
fuck you.
that he was
I-
gay. Because
Or
that's the
not.
only reason that
They're
would
always
happen.
gay.
I'm just gonna let you know. That's the only reason it would happen. Men have
Well.
too much testosterone and we're
We'll
too
go with that
horny
one.
all the
I
time
like that
to
one.
have you fly all the way out to see us and not want to fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it real with you. If he doesn't
Totally.
want to fuck, it's because he's gay. Just keeping it real with you, right? And that actually takes me to the conversation I was going to bring up because you were actually the only person who said, I haven't given my perspective yet, but you were the only person who said that it is an obligation to have sex. So I wanted to bring up to
Kinda,
you,
yeah, I
like,
don't know.
why do you two ladies here think that there is no obligation to have sex? And I'll start with you, Andrea, and then come back to Lala.
I mean, I just don't feel like in any situation it's an obligation to have sex. Like, you know, never know. I might not be in the mood. I might be feeling weird. I don't know. But I just don't feel like it should be like expected of me regardless of the situation.
Okay. And Lala, why do you think that there's no obligation to have sex?
The same thing that she said, and also, I just don't think when you expect something from somebody, that's when you can definitely, what am I looking for?
Kinda
That's when
like
you can
lose it.
like, yeah, lose it, or when you can more like, just fuck it up, pretty much, because it's like in a lot of situations, okay, a lot of guys, in my experience, they think about stuff too soon, too ahead of time. So when they do that, they end up fucking it up. Like, now I don't even want to talk to you no more. Now I don't even want to,
Mhm.
this or that. So I feel like sometimes you need to just be chill and don't have these expectations. Because when you have expectations, then it's like you're rushing for it. It's like an itch, and you got to scratch it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand exactly
and
what you're
you kind
saying.
of don't let it be natural. Because
Got
like
you.
she said, if I'm flying out, it's like, of course I'm going to want you like you want me. But at the same time, it got to flow.
Okay, all right.
gotta
So
flow.
that's a little, you're confusing my men out here who are watching this, right? Because you're saying that if you're flying out, then of course you want to have sex, but
Yes,
and
but
then it's
don't
still
think
got to
it's an
flow. Okay,
obligation,
all right,
though.
all right, cool,
You see
cool.
what I'm saying? Because it's not
Sure.
going to happen
All right,
all the time.
all
That's
right.
the point.
Trust me, I hear you. I got the headphones on. I'm hearing you loud and clear, and I'm understanding. Don't worry, I
Okay,
got you. I got
okay,
you.
'cause
I got to
keep
follow up.
going.
No, I don't
can
need you
keep
to, because
going.
trust me,
Okay.
I got it loud and clear. You know what I
Alright.
mean? Actively listening here, but I do have a question to follow up from that. What is the average price of a flight when you're getting flown out? Let's say for your situation, more than likely, and I don't know what situation you're dealing with. Maybe you're going from here to California, right? Or maybe you're going from here to New York, right? But what is the average price that you think the flight would cost for you to get to the destination?
Average price.
Mhm.
We can do between.
I know it.
Oh, I'm going to get it right back to you.
500.
300 to 500.
300,
Okay.
500.
Thanks, Lala. What about you, Andrea?
You know, I just be receiving a book of information.
Oh,
but,
okay,
you know,
yeah.
I'm gonna say like I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3 to 7.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, 3 to 7.
3 to
All right,
7.
it's a wide
Mhm.
range, just so you know. Okay, so we'll say an average of 500. But for
Yeah,
you,
we're gonna
Kua,
say
Wait,
500.
so what are we talking? Where's the location?
well, average.
because
just
average.
location matters.
And well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
If
True,
you're
but-
flying me to Cali, that's like $40.
That's,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Minimum.
that's true.
I
That's
don't know.
facts.
Sometimes,
Pua, I
and you
don't
got
know
me
where you're getting
fucked
flown
up
out
if
to,
you
Pua.
even count
I don't
a-
know. Maybe you're getting flown out
Cal-
to New York. I don't. Maybe you're getting flown out to Dubai.
New
You
York
tell
from
me.
here- New York from
What is
here
the
more
average
expensive
price?
For sure.
That's what I'm
I
asking
haven't
for
been
you.
to Dubai yet, so if you want, I would love to.
All right, so guys,
So-
if you guys are listening and you're watching, send the dick pics there and have your price ready to
I
fly
would
her
love
out to
dick
Dubai.
pics Too. I don't get them.
Okay, well there you
I
go.
never
Really?
get them.
Her
I swear.
IG is
Oh my
in
God.
the description, so be ready for it. But again, back to the question:
Yeah.
What do you think the average price is for your situation? We're just talking personal experience here. What's the average price for that
Like
flight?
for a one way or round trip?
You got to get back home.
Yeah. So like 1,500.
Okay, about 1,500. All right, so we got 300, 500, and 1,500.
Well, because it's round trip,
yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
and that like I could be comfortable anywhere like close. But if it's like New York or Miami, it's gonna probably be more, or like Atlanta.
No, I understand
Usually the
exactly what you're saying
places.
because you're speaking in, let's say, realistic economics
Yeah.
and not just female math. So I understand exactly where you're coming from that. But
No,
I'll split
like
the baby.
literally though.
Yeah, I'll split the baby. You gave 1,500. She said 3. She said 5. Let's say
Minimum.
750. Right? That cool? To split the baby, right? Somewhere in between what everybody said, around
Mhm.
No,
750.
but like they should definitely take care of the entire thing.
I agree with you.
Regardless.
I agree with you. And let's say that the entire thing is
Mhm.
$750.
Okay.
Right? So what we're talking about
That's dope.
is a $750 date.
Yeah.
Right? Essentially.
Mhm.
All
Or
right.
he
So
can pay for his own ticket and come there too.
okay, either way,
Yeah.
that's
Makes him
what.
feel
Either
better.
way, it's just the still same amount, right?
Yeah.
The next thing that I was bringing up is we're going on a $750 date. How
Mhm.
many guys do you think would go on a $750 date not expecting to have sex?
A lot. It's plenty. It is plenty. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all be forgetting these men spend money. These men like to spend money, and a lot of times,
Some do, yeah.
a lot of times, they spend money just to fucking spend money.
Oh, okay.
That is
okay.
a fact.
Got you. So they don't want to have sex at all. They just want to spend money. Is that
With
what you're trying to
me?
say?
With me,
I just want to make sure I'm clear getting your opinion. They don't want to
With
have
me?
sex, but they just want to spend money. We
They
just like blowing thousands.
I'm just saying there is a lot of guys out here that's like that. Now we can, if you want to talk about numbers and put it in percentages, we can do that too. But I'm just speaking off general.
So
Okay.
in general, you're saying a lot of guys want to just spend money with you.
There
and
is a
don't
lot of
want
guys
to
that
have sex.
just want to spend money. That is a fact. I have come across it.
All right, I was talking about the last part. They don't want to have sex.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool. That's clearly your
Yes.
opinion there.
And it's
And you're
my
sure-
opinion and what I've lived.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
What I'm saying is, you're sure that it's not the fact that they want to have sex. You're just not letting them. You're sure
No,
that they
'cause it
don't want to have sex.
It don't even go there. Like we can be out. Literally, we can be out on the fucking strip, Dreas or some shit. They buying sections, popping bottles, all types of shit. You know they done spent some money. Okay, they're not trying to take me back home. They're
What-
not. They're just showing a good time. Like it's a lot of guys that do that.
And you're the only girl in that situation in that section, or
In
did
that
he have
section?
other girls with him?
It could be me and my friends. It could be somebody I know, and they want to take me and my friends out. You know what I'm saying? And no, I've never slept with a guy.
Okay, I understand that
You know what I'm
situation.
saying?
No,
Stuff
I
like
understand that
that.
situation totally because what he's
Okay.
doing is doing something called pre-selection. So what he's to make it even more, let's say, baseline, is
Mhm.
that he's just making sure that other women would want to be with him because he's with a lot of women.
Mhm.
So he would be pre-selected by the women that he's with. So
Mhm.
even if he doesn't have sex with you, you've already provided value to him
Mhm.
because you and your friends are around him in that section.
Mhm.
Other women are going to feel that he's more valuable,
That could
right? So I
definitely-
totally understand that
could
situation.
definitely be true.
No, it's just
You feel
logically
me?
what's probably playing out in that situation.
True.
But it was just
Honestly, though, there's nothing wrong with that. You can actually make money off of that
Yeah,
because you
that
can
is
be
a
the
fact.
connection
That is
to
a
that
fact.
guy
Mhm.
and bring all your girlfriends.
That is a fact.
no, I'm not saying that
and then
there's
he'll take
anything
care of
wrong.
everything. So
That is a fact.
win-win.
Absolutely.
Girls still win.
But
Absolutely.
also to go back to what you said, because you said just me. Yes, there's been times when it was just me. They want to take me to whatever restaurant that I want to go to, and then we part ways after.
And you're saying he didn't want to fuck.
in my opinion, because he ain't say shit about it.
Okay,
see what I'm
all right,
saying?
all right. No, I see exactly what you're
You
saying.
see what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying.
How
He
do I
wanted to
know?
fuck,
How do I know he want to fuck?
Let me
How do
tell
I know he
you.
want to fuck?
Let
Right?
me tell you, because
Did he tell me?
Andrea's gonna tell you before I
Did
do.
he tell me?
Oh, no.
They
Don't
do
worry.
want to fuck,
Of
but
course.
here's
They
the thing,
definitely
though.
I'll sit
wanna
back.
fuck.
They
I'll
feel
sit
the
back.
Every
vibe,
time
like
they
the
wanna fuck.
vibe be so cool, and they're
They could
just
be gay
enjoying
wanna
the
fuck.
moment that's not the
That's
biggest
not
factor.
there. Yeah, because
So
they
it's like,
want to
yeah,
go
obviously
again.
they want to fuck,
Yeah,
but
that
they're
part.
not really worried about
They're
that.
being
They're
gentlemen.
just more so focused on having a good night
Mhm.
and just like, you know, getting close to you, feeling the vibe.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
Because those guys, we've went out again. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you
Yeah,
something.
but eventually y'all do fuck,
right?
Wait. Well, one more time. What was that, Pooh?
They're still
Well,
trying to fuck.
Thank you. And I think you had an opinion that you were going to say on that same
I don't
situation.
remember.
All right, it's all good. It's all good. I'll fill it up for you because they definitely want to fuck.
Yeah.
And here's what the problem is: they just don't have the masculinity within them to bring it out to say it to you
Mhm.
because they don't want to be rejected and lose
Mhm.
the situation entirely. Because they know if they don't ever bring it up, they still got another chance next time and next time and next time. And hopefully at one moment you'll say, you know what? You'll give the vibe that they would want to fuck. Right? That's just what they're waiting on because
Right.
they don't have the masculinity built up enough in them to say, hey, I actually want to go make something happen tonight.
Okay.
Are you trying to come through? They're not going to say that because they, they're thinking maybe she'll say no. And now I won't be able to be around her.
And then that's what be fucking them up sometimes.
Exactly right. And that's why we're talking to you guys. And I tell you guys always, when you have a girl on a date, you need to be progressing, moving the date forward. That means if you went on a date, try to move it to the next step. If she says no, oh well, bro, try again with somebody else. But you will never know until you try shooting that shot.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
There we go, right? And you're hearing it right here from the ladies, right?
Yeah,
So
that's facts.
at least we can agree on this that they do want to fuck.
Communication.
Okay, all right, cool. They definitely do want to fuck.
Mhm.
All
I
right,
knew
bet.
they wanted to fuck.
Of course they do.
I knew it.
It's men. We're men, right? And not to say that all we want is to have sex, but just to give of course we want to have sex, but I'm giving you guys
Your
the baseline
guys'
for it.
life revolves around it.
I'll explain it to you why.
And I know
You
it.
guys get horny too, correct?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
never.
Pua.
Never been horny in my life.
Stop. Stop. If you start capping, I'm gonna kick you out now. Like, let's keep it real. You guys have been horny as well.
Yes.
I'm gonna explain to you the biology of women between men. How much more hornier do you think men are than women?
Way more.
If you could put a
Y'all
multiple
wake
on
up
it.
horny.
Exactly. If you could put a multiple on it, like 5 times hornier, 10 times hornier.
1,000%.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay.
What
Okay.
about
I'm
you?
gonna say like 10, 20 times more.
All right,
No,
10 to
actually,
20.
though, I don't know because women can come more than men. I think.
That's true. Women
So,
can come more.
I
But,
don't
we
know.
come
we're
out-
I
talking
think-
about horniness right now.
yeah, men they
I
just
don't
always
know. Men are more horny, but like I think women come more.
yeah.
We're not disagreeing on that. For
Definitely
most
not.
situations in
And
general.
masturbate more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What was that last part?
Maybe.
I didn't hear what you said. You said
Masturbate more.
more than likely,
think
because
so.
women have the ability to, in general,
Just do it.
have
We can go to
multiple
the bath-
orgasms
What?
and it not
You
affect
guys-
their ability
Actually,
to perform.
no, you guys we're
Exactly.
equal.
Yeah.
Actually, we're equal.
Wait, so you think
Thinking
you're
deep about it? No, we're equal.
your response, your final answer,
Is
is-
50-50.
okay. Oh, we're already starting with that.
Yeah.
Didn't think we'd hear it already, but we're already starting with it. Okay.
Yes.
So she's got 1,000, she's got 10 to 20, and you've got
Wait,
it's the
what?
same.
Yeah, it's the
How
same.
much more men are hornier than
Yes,
women?
yes,
okay,
yes,
cool.
yes.
Just want to make sure that your opinion is
I don't
clearly
know.
stated
I
for the
keep
audience.
changing it. But
Don't worry.
I'm gonna go with 50-50.
Final answer is stated. Don't
Okay,
worry. All of you
period.
guys are wrong. I got you.
you. Switz.
You can look it up.
I'm
You
Switz.
It's okay. It's okay. You can look it up for
Switzerland.
yourselves, and I'll tell you guys how to look it up. The most, let's say, important ingredient when it comes to figuring out what makes you horny.
Ingredient?
Yeah. I'm just making a word that you can understand.
Okay.
Is testosterone.
Looks it up.
So the more testosterone you have in you, the hornier you're going to be. Make sense?
Mhm.
All right. Guys have 70 times more testosterone in us than women do. So
Makes sense.
in general, excuse me, we're 70 times more horny than women are.
Knew it.
All right. So you were not too close with 50-50, but
Wait, I thought.
That's still
What were we
1,000%.
talking? I thought we were
I
talking
think
about
he was gonna say
masturbating.
No. We weren't talking
Okay,
about.
horny wise guys for sure.
Correct.
Okay.
In masturbating, we were more so talking about. I think
don't
we're on the
like to
same page.
lose, okay?
That women, most women don't. Women have the love of being right at this modern era, so it's not a problem. Don't feel
What
bad.
do you mean?
I can explain it in a second. I got you. I trust me. I won't forget, and I'll come right back to it because it flows right into what we're talking about.
Okay.
But with what you were saying is like, you know, when we were talking about masturbating, more than likely women masturbate more than men because they have
Kind
the
of thought that for
capability.
a second, but
I got you.
I'm 50-50 on
Because
that
some of
one.
y'all don't
No,
know
I got you.
shower.
I'm explaining to you why. You guys have the ability to have multiple orgasms and not
Yeah.
affect performance in general.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
there are some guys that are able to have that, let's say, capability and keep on going, but most aren't, right? Women, on the other hand, in general, you can have an
Interesting.
orgasm and just keep it going, right? So that'll lead you to masturbate more. But when we're talking about who wants to have sex more, that's the horniness, that's guys, right? So when it comes back down to the conversation we had started on, the obligation to have sex, and I know you guys might not like the word that I'm saying because of how I'm saying it versus what I'm saying, but Pua understands what I'm saying. And when you get on an expensive date, you should be fucking that guy, or else you shouldn't be on that date. And she gets it.
Okay, but yeah, but definitely the way you say it is the problem.
And I understand,
It's
but here's
definitely
the
problem.
reason
You
why
are
that
just
doesn't
making it
matter.
seem
Here's the
like
reason why it doesn't
yeah.
matter. Because is there a difference between 1 + 1 = 2 and 1 + 1 = fucking 2? Is there a difference?
Well, unless you just aren't very sexually active, though. Some people take longer to be sexually active with another person.
Okay,
It's true.
okay, all
That
right.
is very true.
I see how you just
I'd
disregarded
rather
the question that you brought up. I get
Wait,
it, I get
what?
it. Because
Okay,
what I was
But
asking is
she's
there a
right,
difference?
though.
No, I'm going to come back to
Misunderstood.
what you were saying. But we were just talking about, is there a difference between what is said versus how it's said? And I
Totally.
brought up the example of,
Kind of the
is there a
same thing.
difference between 1 + 1 = 2 versus 1 + 1 is fucking 2? There's no difference.
There's
It's
no
just how I
difference.
said it. It's the
not.
same thing,
Yeah.
right? So
Well,
me
I
saying
get
the
it.
words, it's your obligation to have sex versus me saying it a little nicer and you should be in the mood to have sex with a guy that pays a lot of money for you.
Maybe
It's the
that
same
would
fucking
give
thing,
somebody
It's
a
the
right?
same thing. I
Right?
get
They
you.
wouldn't have before that.
But to come to what you were saying, because I want to make sure that people are hearing what you're
I'm
saying. So when I'm not
daunting.
talking,
I
go ahead,
have,
jump
like,
on in.
every side.
No, don't worry. It's just, you know, it's a podcast, so they can only hear one mic at a time, and my voice be deep,
Makes
and I'm
sense.
writing the mic, and they don't
You
be
got
hearing you.
this.
So I'm gonna
Okay,
come right
great.
back to you as soon as I'm done speaking. But I did want to go into exactly what you were saying. No, for real, because you were bringing up that sometimes people want to, let's say, take a little longer before they have sex with somebody.
Mhm.
Right, you know, the Steve Harvey movie. What was it? Think Like a Man or
Oh.
something like
Steve
that, where he said
Harvey,
the
isn't he like a
90-day
rapist?
rule.
Yo.
You're
That was the
hilarious,
one
bro.
word I wasn't supposed to say.
Yeah, it's all good. We're on
Sorry,
Rumble.
I'm
You can say
sorry, I'm
whatever you
sorry.
want now. You're okay. But he was giving the 90-day rule.
Naturally, I had to say it.
Of course you did.
I really had to.
You're like a child. It's like when you don't say don't say something, I gotta fucking do it. But I love it, right? I love it. We love that women have childlike mindsets because they actually went along with exactly what we're talking about, right? But do you guys? Don't worry, it'll be cut out for YouTube. You'll be a-okay. On Rumble, we'll be perfectly fine. We'll still get monetized. We're a-okay, right?
I told myself don't say this. I felt that.
Do you guys believe? Do you guys believe that you should implement any day rule with a guy that you're actually
No.
interested in?
No.
We have no from Lala, Andrea from no, and I'll repeat the question for Pua here. When you're interested in a guy, do you think that you should implement any days type of rule?
Any days?
Yeah, like how Steve Harvey said there's a 90-day rule before you have sex.
I didn't know the 90-day rule because I thought he was different. But I wouldn't do it.
Okay,
No.
fair.
No, because I want what I want. And
Yeah.
I want it then. And if you don't want to give it to me, then I move on.
Okay. Hey.
But,
And
I
I
mean,
I feel the
that's
same
that.
way. I feel the same way because it's just different vibes with different people. You know what I'm saying?
Don't wanna
Like
waste
she
my
was
time.
saying, oh, I probably don't want to sleep with you on the first date, but this person I will because we just click like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The
Right.
energy's
Okay.
just there.
Like,
It just
50 Shades.
you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Bringing out
She
the
didn't
whips and
think
chains.
she was.
All right. Cool.
She
I'm with you.
didn't think so.
No, but he
did.
created the vibe, right? He created the vibe,
Yeah,
and it made her
I would
actually do
too.
that. So maybe you guys can help us and the audience that's watching. I'll start with you, Pua, with this and move our
Oh,
way around the
shit.
panel.
Okay.
Can you help give any tangible things to describe the vibe?
What vibe?
The vibe
a
that men
person.
need to create so that they
Oh,
can actually
shit.
move forward with the sexual.
Well, it depends on the
interaction.
person. It depends what that person needs
Okay.
in that time period.
What about for you?
honestly.
Can you help describe the vibe?
For me,
Yeah, what does a guy
personally,
need to do to create
I
the
like
vibe for
kind of a
Pua?
more like manly man because I feel like I'm a boss like majority of the time and like I got my shit so like I want my guy to like be more assertive and like to get me, You know what I mean? And like, it'll be like something that I kind of hate him for a second, but then I'm like, that's actually sexy. I don't want to fuck you now.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
But like for a second, I want to almost punch him in the face, but like,
yeah.
Also, it was very hot.
No, I love it. I love it. You gave a great description if
Yeah.
you were doing things that were
I
not
need, like, a
tangible,
little
but
Fucking like aggressiveness, passion, something like.
all right, anything
'Cause-
tangible
yeah,
that describes
anything,
that
'cause, like,
aggressiveness.
I'm seriously
Give me something.
so on the move all the time. I have this, that, and the other. So like, I need someone to be like, "Hello," and then like, that's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love it, and I think that goes along with everything that I kind of like tell the guys. But I was hoping maybe you can give maybe something that's real that
What?
describes
That
those
was
words.
real
That's like
as fuck.
no, because aggressive could be slapping your ass in the face, or it could be talking
You want me
sternly.
to describe how?
Yes, tangible. Give me something tangible to describe the vibe. Being assertive could mean, hey, I set up
Like,
the date.
sexually?
Well, no, the entire situation, like, because that's
just,
what we're talking
like,
about.
all together.
All right, you gave it your best effort, and I appreciate it. But
What do you mean?
I'll give you an example of what I mean after I get
Okay,
everybody
go.
else's opinion.
Tell me what you're like, vice versa.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I don't need a vibe because I have to create the vibe.
You're creating it by telling me.
No. I'll
So
tell
then
you
I'll be
that.
like, oh, that's what he was talking about.
I'll possibly tell you the vibe off camera, right? Because I don't want everybody to have my secrets. But Andrea is going to give some more tangible things on what the vibe is. So, Andrea, maybe you can help us. What is something tangible that these guys can know on how to create? Tangible means real. So this table is tangible. This glass, it's tangible. It's real, right? Something to drink out of, that's not tangible because I don't know what we're drinking out of. But saying we're drinking out of a cup, now you've described something tangible.
Remember?
Absolutely. I remember. I just, hoping we can give a description. Tangible means cup. Something to drink out of is intangible. We don't know what that is. What you were describing was somebody being assertive, somebody being a leader.
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah, those are great things. They were just not necessarily tangible things. So I'm hoping Andrea can help you, giving some actual
Tangible
things.
to you.
No,
right,
maybe you'll understand
anyways.
tangible in a second. I got you. I'm here for you. But Andrea, what about you? Are you here for the guys? Can you give us some things to describe the vibe?
All right, so I mean, I would say it would be like being attentive, like showing, like little things that you're paying attention, that you care. I would say like being like a leader and like, really just being a man, like, not being insecure, not like just, I don't know what the word is, but like, just being that leader and like showing that like, you got it, and like just being real attentive, caring, showing that you're like paying attention to me. And then just like being like chill, like, not being too aggressive, not having too many expectations, and just letting things flow naturally, rather than making something happen or trying to make certain things happen to get a certain result. Just let it flow.
Got you. Just like Pooh and the other females who have been on the panel, you didn't help out the guys. And I'm going to explain why that was intangible, because she said be a leader, but then also at the end she said don't lead and kind of just let things flow, which makes it confusing to the guys out there, which is why I'm hoping for tangible things. But it's okay. Don't feel alone.
Don't try to make certain things happen to get a certain result. Like how we were talking about with like the whole sex thing. Like, don't try to make something happen. Just let it flow.
Andrea, I understand. You're saying don't be a weirdo, don't be a creep, and I get it.
Yeah.
It's just you didn't give anything exact on these guys can pick up to actually do right after. Of course, what does not being a creep look like? It can be a myriad of things. I'm asking for something exact, something tangible, but it's okay. No woman has been able to give the guys an actual definition.
Question again? I'm so sorry.
Can you give? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Can you give me anything? Because I'm going to say it so Lala can maybe help the entire
I
panel
would
out.
like to know the exact question because now I'm confused at this point.
I'll give you the exact question for the third time. Can you give me any tangible?
For the third time.
Tangible, right? I got you. Don't worry. I love this interaction, Pooh. It's amazing. But it's for Lala, by the way. This is for her to answer.
You were just saying you would give it to me. So
yeah, you'll hear it. You'll hear it for the third time.
Yes.
But I'm asking her because I want to make sure I get everybody's opinion. Oh, nothing's wrong. Nothing wrong. And if we got any other issues, don't worry. We can just have the combo with just them. I got you. I got you.
I'll just be here.
I love it. Any tangible evidence to describe the vibe?
For me, honestly, communication.
Okay.
Communication. Why? Because I got you or I don't. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what it is you want, and then that gives me the opportunity to say yes or no.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
A lot of times these days, like I said earlier, the communication don't be there sometimes. I'm like, well, shoot, how did I know you want to fuck? He didn't say nothing.
I
know what
got
I'm
you.
saying?
I
He didn't
understand.
say it because sometimes the vibe isn't there. But if you communicate what you want to happen, then maybe I'll be down, maybe I won't. You just gotta open your mouth and ask.
Okay.
You just gotta open your mouth and give a fucking hint.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand. And
Okay.
look, just so people don't start hating me now because this is hilarious. All of you guys
You're
gave.
hilarious.
Of course you are. This is funny. This
No,
is
I
what
said
this.
you are.
I thank you. I'm a great. I hope that
This
I'm a
is
great
a
host for the
joke.
entertainment. But what everything that you guys are saying in, let's say, descriptive words are perfect. Being a leader, somebody that communicates, being able to care. However, they are very general words, right?
Okay.
These are very general words. So when you're saying these things to men, they don't understand exactly what to do.
You don't.
Okay, boom.
No, I'm-
understand it.
I do. I'm just telling you that most men
Like, it
won't.
seems like the only thing.
Well,
out of
then
this-
Can I take a second
what
try?
level of
You're not
education they on
understanding
then?
us.
here's how I'll explain it.
Can I
Here's
get
how
a
I'll
second
explain it.
try?
We're
Wait, I
speaking
feel like I
loud
got
and
it this
clear, and
time.
you don't hear us.
No. You're more so speaking. Let's say
You're looking for actions, like the actual like actions of.
tangible things.
Okay, so boom, like
Okay.
opening the door.
That's a tangible
Okay,
thing.
Yeah, so like opening the door.
Man, communication is
That's what we're talking
actually
about.
A
Paying the
tangible
bills.
something
Yes,
that is
please
real.
open
Like I
door
gave the
for me.
example
Please.
of a cup versus something to drink out of.
Please.
Something to
see,
drink out of
like-
is intangible. A
This is
cup is
hilarious.
tangible, right? So again, I
Please
understand.
open the door for me, please.
Is that what you like?
is that
Because
I
some
would
women
love
don't.
that.
but
Yes.
you opening the door, is that gonna make me fuck you? Because
That's why we're at. That's
No,
what I'm
but
asking.
He said something tangible. Something
Correct.
tangible.
So it's
Correct.
like he's
So-
looking for the action
so
words
Correct.
of
open
like
the
what.
door is what
the
you were
guys
looking
could
for.
actually
That's
do.
crazy.
That's not what I was looking for. That's why
You
she just asked.
literally fucking said that.
No, she did. Andrea said that. That's where listening comes in as something that's very
You were
paramount.
saying it.
No.
Word out your mouth, not hers.
No, Andrea. Just to correct
We're giving
Pua.
an example of
Hold up,
action
real
words.
quick, because again, I'm gonna make it very clear. There was one
Girl,
rule that we had
that's
said.
all you
Hold up,
want.
Pua.
Sorry,
Real
sorry.
quick, because we
Yeah,
had
stop,
only.
stop.
While I'm talking, hold up. While I'm talking, just shut the fuck up, and then I'll be able to give
Please
you back the
don't ever
mic.
Say that to me.
Don't worry, it's cool. Just be
No,
quiet
it's
while I'm
not. Don't
talking
say
because
that.
we're on a podcast,
But
so they
don't
can't
say
hear
that.
what you're saying.
On a podcast, you're gonna say shut the fuck up.
I can. I've been saying fuck the entire night.
You're
We've
gonna
all been
say
saying
shut
it.
the fuck up.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
shut the
And I
fuck
wasn't saying anything directly to you. I'm saying it to the entire people who are speaking here so that
You
everybody
literally
can be
did.
hearing. Don't take anything personal. It's just a combo. So what I'm saying is I want to make sure that everybody's heard because there was a little confusion on who actually said opening the door. And for clarification, Andrea, were you the first person to bring up opening the door or was I?
I was.
Okay,
Because
just
I was
wanted to make
giving
sure.
like an example
I
of one of the
understood.
things.
I understood because I'm listening, but I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure everybody could hear because there was a lot of people talking at the same time.
I understand.
So that's why I was saying I didn't bring up opening the door. I was just going off of what she said.
Mhm.
And she was giving an example of something tangible because she was asking, is that what you're asking about? And I said, yeah, that's an example of something that you can physically do, similar to how a cup is different than drinking out of something. Drinking out of something is intangible. Using a cup is tangible. What I'm asking to help the simple guys out there, because like I said before, I understand, and I was going to give my example of how to create the vibe after everybody gave their perspectives, but I wanted to hear you guys' perspectives on how you can create the vibe with something tangible. A lot of these guys are slow. A lot of these guys have no idea how to do this, and I'm trying to help you guys give an opinion to help them. And giving things that are general, like being a leader, being communicative, or being able to communicate, or somebody that cares, doesn't necessarily help them because they don't understand what that means. So I was hoping to get something tangible. And she started with an example of opening the door, which I agree with you, Pooh, is comical because most women will not want to fuck you because you open the door.
No.
But I was letting her know that, yes, that is something tangible. However, that's not the answer that we're all looking for,
Yeah.
right? So she was saying, can I get a second try and maybe be able to give you another answer on something tangible to create the vibe? And I said, of course, sure. I'll give you another shot. Why not? Nobody's gotten it right in the last 5 to 10 episodes we've done. So why not?
I was
I'll give you
really
another shot.
trying.
So I'd love to hear what you got, Andrea. Now that you've heard, because all of us, both Lala, Pua, and I, say that opening the door ain't doing shit, right? So maybe you got something else. Maybe you got a second try. Do you have something else that creates
what
a
I was
vibe?
starting off before I went off with everything. But
I love it.
so I would say like, if if we go out, we go on a date, you paying the bill, taking care of stuff. Just because if you ask me to go on a date, why am I spending my money? Like what you were saying when it comes to communicating, like, really trying to get to know me, asking me questions, like trying to figure out who I am as a person. One thing that I really like is when someone can get deep with me. Like if we can have like deep conversations and like I can connect with you on like an intellectual level, like you definitely got some points right there. And then someone that like definitely dresses nice. Like you got to know how to dress for sure. Like when we out together.
Okay. All right. You gave 4 things. I took them all down, right?
Yeah.
Just so you guys were paying. I hope you were. She said, A, pay for the date. B, ask her questions. C, she said you actually got to be able to communicate in a way that gets deep. Quite honestly, she don't want to stay on that surface level shit. And then D, you got to actually dress nice. Right. All right. Those are the 4 things that she gave were tangible. Did anybody else want to add in on that? On things that could be tangible that a guy can do to actually, let's say, make you more attracted to him?
Oh, that's good.
When we're on a date?
She's got it.
I love it.
I don't know what the fuck tangible is anymore.
No worries. Hopefully we'll be able to get it through the rest of the show. Don't worry. But off of that, right? Off of that, I can do a breakdown for you guys why those things are important, just so you understand the principles behind it. A, you got to pay for the date because that shows that you are a leader and that you can provide. Like what Pua was bringing up earlier. You got to be a leader. She just gave you an example on how you do that. Bring out your motherfucking checkbook and pay for the date, my nigga. All right. Now, the next thing, you actually have to be able to ask some questions. And then I'll say the third one kind of goes together, be able to get deep, right? And what does that show? That shows intellect. That shows competence. That means that you actually have the ability to possibly provide if things get, let's say, crazy in the future because you have the competence to make things happen. All right. You might not have understood how that really correlated, but now you do, brother. And then here is the last one. D. Motherfucker, put on some nice clothes. You put this shit together. You're the one who planned it. So put on some nice clothes, put on your best effort, right? You don't have to go spend thousands of dollars for the outfit, but at least put on the best of what you got. And what does that actually show? That shows,
Effort.
boom. It shows that you care about yourself. It shows effort, but it also shows you have the ability to afford looking nice. Because you can't do that.
Don't trick me though.
You're absolutely right. Women don't like getting tricked, and this is why they don't like dealing with the rappers. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is why they don't like dealing with rappers, right? Because they don't like dealing with SoundCloud rappers because anybody can get a chain, anybody can rent a car.
Just wear what you fucking wear for real, like
that part.
And that's so real. And I hope you guys really pick that up.
With it every day, like
that's very real. And I hope you guys picked up on what she was saying. She would rather you be your authentic self than to fake it and look like you were more.
Exactly.
All right, because the veil's gonna come off at some point, my nigga. All right, so cut out the bullshit and just be who you are. And if she fuck with you, she fuck with you. If not, move on. Go shoot a shot somewhere else. But with the ability to show that you can dress nice, what it subconsciously says is you can afford to dress nice, meaning you can provide. And there are 2 main triggers for attraction when it comes from female towards men, and that is your ability to provide and to protect. This is why the rappers and the athletes often get in these situations and you guys aren't happy because like what you said, they faking it. I'll explain it.
They're very happy.
No. I'm saying the women aren't happy. The athletes are. I was saying the women will get caught up in situations with rappers and athletes and end up unhappy because what they're walking into isn't often what they were shown. Meaning the guy is muscular, right? AKA he's giving the subconscious, let's say, intention that he can provide for you. But then when you're around him, he don't really give a shit about you. And if you guys were in a situation that was dangerous, he might not protect you. And you start feeling that. And they end up feeling disappointed because they're saying, God damn, you got all them muscles, but you ain't using them on me. That's what ends up playing out. But then on the other side, when you're dealing with the rapper type situation, like she had brought up before, they see this guy that gets out of a Lambo with some chains and some shades on. And then when they go to the crib, they realize he's sharing that with 3 other homeboys and he really don't got the money. And then from there, they're like, God damn, he's not as rich as I thought. He doesn't have the ability to provide for me as I thought he did. And the
Yeah.
attraction goes away. So that's why I was saying oftentimes when women deal with rappers or athletes, they get disappointed because they're shown the attraction of being able to provide or protect, but they're not actually given that. It's like you're dangled a little treat and they say, you got to be quicker than that to get it. And then it fucks shit up.
It comes with it.
I agree. I agree. That I totally agree that it does come with that. And in order to be able to attract that type of guy. What was that one more time?
If they're saying the other thing, like if they're saying like it's real and they're doing all the actions, like I'm sure it's confusing.
Absolutely. And this is why I tell you guys to stop fucking lying. All right, I'm out here real with them. Look, I keep it real.
Let me have the decision if I want to deal with you.
I'm so sick of
most of the time they'll say yes
off.
though. Honestly, like if they're doing every right thing other than that, like a girl will most of the time be like okay with it. I think.
I agree.
Maybe not. I don't know.
No, I agree.
But,
I agree
like,
because
you know,
quite honestly,
it's
like it's been displayed on the panel. Most women are looking for that authenticity or that honesty, and most
Yeah.
guys aren't masculine enough to actually display it.
Yeah.
Right. So when they do, it's like, oh shit, that's what you really want.
Like,
all right, bet, fuck it, I'm with it. Right. But a lot of guys aren't really with that. Right. So literally on the show that we had today, I had Vegas Riz on here, who's famous out here in Vegas for being able to have conversations with women and make them feel comfortable enough to give him their number. I want to make sure I said that right. But we were actually talking about the exact same thing, right? How most guys don't have those capabilities and why they need to do those things. And that's why I'm saying it again, because during the day, I talk to the guys. This is more so our conversation with the women, but I'm talking to the guys during the day and telling them, get your motherfucking shit together. All right. So don't get it twisted. Don't think that I'm just out here, doing
Risky.
this. I'm over here trying to bring people together.
3 women against him.
Don't worry, I can handle myself. Right.
Right.
I'm okay. Right. But one of the things that I did see, and because I think we were able to flesh that out and we're all on the same page on that, and I feel pretty good. But there was somebody who chatted in something. I was about to read it out, but my phone actually just died. So I'm about to read the super chat. No, they're not hating on you. I think it was a good question, but they want to know. Here's it is right here. Question for the ladies. And this is from the Dream King. Shout out to you, bro. Question for the ladies. Since there's concern on obligations after getting flown out, do you think it's then fair for your flight to be one way and you can fly yourself back if you don't want to have sex?
I mean, what I feel like is, how do I word this right? So like if you are not okay with certain things or anything that happen, you don't have to get the flight. Like there's no obligation on the other side either for you to have to do these things. So it's like if you like, okay, well, you're not trying to fuck, so I'm gonna cancel this whole flight, or you could do this. Like, okay, whatever.
Okay, cool. So if you're cool with them having the conversation beforehand, and if it comes to the point of like, yo, are we fucking or not? You're like, well, I don't know. And he's like, well, fuck it. I ain't buying this ticket. You're cool with that just all playing out like that.
Yeah, because I mean, is you ask me ahead of time, it's gonna be I don't know, because I don't know. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna be feeling when I get there.
Well,
like, what if we talking and I don't like you? Or I could really like you a lot and I'm like ready to drop the jaws. Like, I don't know. But if the I don't know is not good enough of an answer, then
I mean, let's keep it real, Andrea. How many times does a guy asking if he's going to have sex with you days before does it lead up to you having sex with him? Never. That's not how it plays out, because that makes the panties dry. All right, so let's keep it real.
If you're married.
Thank you. I mean, you said if you're married.
If you're married.
All right, and for you guys out there, if you're married, you got to plan your sex dates, bro.
Bro, you'd be surprised though. There's a few guys that have asked prior to dates, like,
trust me,
we gonna be fucking.
Trust me, I'm not surprised. That's why I have the show, because I know you guys are out there in sexless marriages, and I'm telling you,
but
watch it
really
even more.
Happy on Instagram.
So of course, they look really happy for her, and that's why I say happy wife leads to strife. And if you guys want to get better and create an actual relationship that's going to be beneficial not only for her but for you as well, I'm telling you, check out the daytime show a little bit more and listen in actually to what they're saying as we have this nighttime panel. Don't just like watch it for the entertainment, because they are beautiful ladies, right? Listen to what they're saying. All right, but
I don't have great advice, but like I know what not to do.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. It's just there's so many things that you shouldn't do that can make life a little difficult. You know what I mean? So just something to be leery of.
Let me answer that question.
All right, yeah, come on in.
First of all, who said that we didn't want to fuck? Because it said that in the question. We never said that.
Okay.
The thing is, don't expect it, because you don't know and I don't know. That is the thing. just don't expect something to happen, because then you'll get disappointed, or like I said earlier, you're going to be expecting it and you're itching for it. You know what I'm saying? And it could just ruin the whole mood.
Okay.
The thing is, it shouldn't be an obligation, because both parties don't know until you're there and see what happens.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that general.
Got you.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand exactly what you're saying, and I'll flip it back to you with this question here. Putting an analogy into a place, right? I'm going to create a whole, let's say, scenario, and you tell me which do you think would be, which would you like more?
Okay.
All right. So let's say scenario A. Both, you're out on a date, right? You're with the guy, you're out on a date, you guys are leaving the date. You're walking down the strip, let's say Fremont Street, right? You got your purse with you. All right. As you're walking down the street, you got your purse with you. Somebody comes, runs up, grabs that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Now, scenario A, you didn't expect him to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
The robber runs off.
Mm-hmm.
After the robber is like almost half a mile down, you're like, hey, can you help me go get that?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, my bad. I'll go get that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Runs after him, trips his ass up, and then gets the purse. Right?
Wait,
That's
after?
scenario A. Yep.
Okay.
Then scenario B, person still took it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just runs after this nigga, cold clocks this motherfucker, gets the purse back and brings it back to you and says, here you go. I don't know why the fuck that happened.
Yeah.
Which would you rather?
Which would
He
I
shouldn't
rather?
have ran off anyways. Oh, sorry. You go.
Which would I rather? Of course, being a woman, you would rather scenario B.
Yeah, because there was an expectation for him to provide for you, or excuse me, protect for you.
You would rather, but it's not expected. It's just what they say, the men are the protectors.
Sure.
That's you feel me?
When they're bigger.
So, but also to me, you can't. I don't think that's real too general, because me, I'm not the type I'm not about to just look for you. If you're my man, it's different. But if we just whatever, right?
Oh, I got it.
I carry my own Glock.
No worries. I got it.
I carry my
You
own
were gonna
Glock.
chase him down. That's what it was.
Chase him down.
Oh,
because
that's what it
my
was.
shit. You
Got
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Got it.
I'm chasing you.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, that
coming
robber, that criminal,
We finna goddamn.
that criminal was gonna
whoop.
whoop your ass,
Hey,
girl. I ain't gonna lie to
what
you.
you talking about?
He's a fucking criminal. That's what I'm talking about.
No.
He has no care for
it's
humanity.
going
That's why he
down.
stole your shit.
And guess what? It does not matter. It don't matter, because you gonna know I was there.
Your
Lala,
life is more
Lala,
important than your
Lala.
bag.
No.
Lala,
Yes,
Lala,
no.
Lala,
Yes,
stop. Lala.
I'm not saying that.
Lala.
What?
It matters to me. All right. I don't want to see you getting whooped. I don't want to see you getting your ass beat. All right. So that is not what you should be doing at all. Okay. Please do not go chasing this nigga with your Glock, trying to shoot him. Please do.
I'm not going without anything.
Oh God.
You feel me? What?
She ain't even really got to chase after. She just poo-poo.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Okay.
saying.
All right. For all of the women that are watching this, and for all of the men, please, you're in Las Vegas. Do not just pull out a gun and just start shooting at people in the middle of Fremont Street. Whoa. I got to give a serious announcement here, Lala, because you out here endangering lives. All right? Please.
He put himself in that
I do not care if you got something stolen. I don't care. Please do not pull out a Glock, as she would say, and start just shooting it down Fremont Street. All right? You will go to jail for life. All right, they already got snipers out here that they're not fucking with. You pull out a Glock on Fremont Street and just start wailing, and your self-defense is because they stole your purse. I'm telling you, they're burying you under the jail. Don't listen to Lala. Please.
Yes, please.
Lala,
Please
get some
don't,
help.
y'all.
All right? Oh my God. Jeez. All right, so this is, I'm like, my goodness. She's out here trying to ruin people's lives. Holy. But this is why we have these conversations, so you guys can at least be able to see that sometimes expectations are good things. I think we can agree with that.
Expectations are great things.
Absolutely.
That's facts, because if B don't happen, then A won't happen, because I'm not finna be there to tell you, hey, go get this. I'm gonna be down there already. So you gonna have to do B.
That part.
Manifesting is expectations.
That part.
Absolutely. You know,
So,
the manifestation comes with
people
work.
love to manifest some shit.
They try to. You know, they definitely give a good effort. You know, it comes with some work. It comes with
I
some
think
work
so.
because
I heard about it.
yeah, manifestation comes based off of what they say the law of attraction is. But it's just some
Really?
people forget that the last 6 letters of attraction are action.
Mhm.
So what fucking action are you taking to
You're
attract the
saying
life
ass.
that you want?
Mhm.
Right? So it's like what
That
often
part.
happens is sometimes we will talk about it on the panel where there are women that want the best man and they're going to manifest them. They're going to
Mhm.
have the law of attraction to get that 6 foot, 6 figure,
Maybe.
6-pack motherfucker.
6
Right?
foot is not actually that tall.
It really is. And it's so
Right.
it is what
It's
it is.
not.
But
They
that's what
not
they're
doing
looking for.
nothing to put in the
I'm
work to get
tall.
that, man.
You know, it is what it
That
is, right?
true.
But they're not
Mhm.
taking the correct actions to be able to attract that man. And that actually takes me to a question that I want to ask. And then maybe you guys will have like more, let's say, intelligent responses than I've heard on the panel. I'll just keep it real. What do you guys think are some things that attract men? If you're a woman and you want to attract a high tier guy, right? The guy, and not just a fuck, right? To actually want to commit to you in a long-term relationship. Because I'll explain it to you like this. We play 2 different games, especially when it comes to dating, right? Men and women, we play 2 different games. As men, we're trying to fuck. As women, it is your game to keep us after we fuck. It's different. And here's why. I already saw the confusion on your face, and I'll explain it. As women, you guys hold the keys and the control for sex. For example, if I want to have sex with you and you don't want to have sex with me and I still attempt it, that's called rape. Right? So if you
Same
don't want
thing, vice versa.
no,
Still
guys
the
will just take it. It is what it is. And it happens every day.
They don't want
That
to.
don't
It's
mean
still
it's
the
not.
same.
Oh no. But I mean, it's just gonna keep it real. Like you guys control if the sex is gonna happen, not the men, because the men want to have sex all the time.
No, some girls that I know, they want to have sex, but their men don't.
That's another conversation on why they
That's-
probably don't want to exchange that energy
Well,
because
like,
maybe
it
they're too
does go
annoying.
both ways.
Yeah. Maybe that they're too annoying, but that's
They're
a whole
too
different question.
annoying.
Oh, dang.
I'm just gonna keep it real. There's one.
Wow.
There's one
No, it
main
makes sense.
thing. There's one main thing that men are
The
looking for.
girls
Yes, I'll
being
explain
too
it to you.
annoying?
Yes, I'll explain it to you. There's one main thing that men are looking for, especially when we're talking about relationships,
If it's your girl,
and that's peace.
Mhm.
If they're not getting peace from their girl, they will be
when
so
you're married,
annoyed.
though,
Don't worry, I got you. Yeah, especially when you're married. They will be so annoyed
that's
that they'll be
fine.
going to
Being
look for a
married
space
does not get
where they
divorced.
I got you. Don't worry. And I want to make sure they're hearing your questions too. That's the only reason why I'm saying I got you, because it's like when I'm talking and you're talking,
Sorry, I'm
they
sorry.
only
I'm
hear
gonna
me
shut the
because my
fuck
voice is so deep.
I have a-
Don't shut the fuck up. No.
I have a
Don't shut the
problem.
fuck up. Just remember your questions as soon as I'm done. Because I want them to hear what you're saying, right? But I'm hearing you, so I'm going to respond to them, right? But it's like, here's why it's happening, right? Most men don't leave relationships. We love companionship just as much as women do. And a lot of the times, guys are in a scarcity mindset where they feel they're not going to be able to have sex with other women. So they'd rather be in a place where they feel like they have a woman they can have sex with.
And cheat on her.
Well, here's why they're not cheating. Because just like I was saying before, you guys actually control sex. So guys fuck who they can. Women fuck who they want. There's a difference. So if a guy doesn't even have the ability to have sex in his marriage, more likely he doesn't have the ability to have sex outside his marriage. That means he's not doing things that has women being attracted to him. Sure. Are there opportunities? I got you. Don't worry. I just want to make sure I got Pua's questions answered.
No.
And don't forget yours.
My hands are up. She's got it.
I'm already answering
No,
yours.
I
I'm in the
spoke
process of answering your questions as we speak, right? But I'm going to come back to you. Please don't forget your question, Lala, right?
He called me the time I don't want.
Don't worry. I got you. So what often happens is these guys who are in sexless marriages, they have diminished their attraction so much that their wife isn't even attracted to them at that point. So women outside the marriage definitely aren't attracted to them either. So they don't have the ability to fuck women. That's what's happening in general. Is there like some guys that still are just like in sexless marriages because of what we were just describing before? He's annoyed by the wife and just doesn't want to be around her. He's cheating. That's a different scenario, right? But just wanted to make sure that it was plain and we had the foundation set for why this even plays out.
Right.
And it's because when it comes to relationships, though 50% of marriages end in divorce, 80% of the time that is initiated by the woman. And when you're dealing with a woman who's college educated, that number goes to 90%. So I was saying that to say that men don't leave relationships. We get into relationships, and when we're there, yes, they might. And I'll explain exactly why. The guys that have the ability to have sex with other people, it's because really they've developed the, let's say, value, if we're talking about on the sexual marketplace, to be attractive to multiple women.
No.
Most guys don't have that ability. Most guys don't have the ability to be attractive
do.
to a lot of women. No, they don't,
do.
because you're not attracted to the guy that works at CVS.
Maybe
You kind
I
of just
would
walk
be.
past him. Well, you say maybe because you don't even know what he looks like, right? I'm telling you, he just is invisible to most women,
But
and that's
I
not a
think-
bad thing.
I
Because
think
I'm
the
telling you,
person-
CVS worker, get your
Right.
shit together. Use that money to get in some stocks,
Like,
and then
my
get your
man's
money
the
up.
sexiest
right?
guy ever come up to you, didn't know what he did, but you find out whatever. The worst thing you could think of.
Let's
I
just
don't
say
know what that
CVS
is.
worker.
But would you still like fuck with him because he's so hot?
They might fuck him, but they're not going to date him long term, and they
Oh,
definitely
is that
ain't
what
going to
we're
marry
talking
him. Those are two different
Okay,
things.
okay.
And that's the
Yeah,
reason
it
why I
is
wanted to bring it
different.
that
It is different.
conversation, because what most women want isn't just to have sex. Most women
Yeah.
want a committed relationship over time.
But if they're hot,
They still would love that hot man to give them a committed relationship.
Like the devil over
You know what I
here.
mean, right? And I'm just
Yeah,
giving it to you
but
real.
why?
The devil-
You
Don't
gotta
worry.
look at
Right,
the
I
fact
agree.
that they're hot.
I'm giving it to you real. Yes, they would love that hot guy to fuck as well, but they still want that hot guy to get down on one knee someday.
No,
Right?
I don't know.
And there's a different way to
Yes,
be
you're
able to
an
attract
asshole.
that, is what I'm
Why
saying.
though?
There's a different way that you
Okay,
can
fine.
attract
I'm
a
gonna
guy
be
to
quiet
be
now.
able to have sex with you versus attract a guy to be in a relationship with you.
Mhm.
There's two different things,
Mhm.
right? So you can look
Facts.
fine as fuck as a woman, but if you're annoying as shit, he's not going to put a ring on it. He'll fuck the shit out of you, and you'll be in recreational use only, where
So
he
what's
just hits
better?
you up from 10 o'clock to 2 a.m. And sure, that might be better for what you're looking for. Not a problem. But I'm just talking about in general, most women are trying to get that committed part, that, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And, that's totally cool. That's what they want. Right? I understand. You want the other hours, but most women want the 8 to 10, right? So in that time, in order to get a committed relationship, you got to move a little differently, right? So I'm just trying to make you see if there was any opinions that you guys might have to attract a man from the 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. time. Committed relationships. Do you guys have any ideas on how to do that?
I know. Oh,
One thing I would say is showing respect. That's one thing that men are really big on, is respect. Like if you're trying to be with him and you just don't show any of that, that's gonna be like the first thing that's gonna have him like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking with you. I would say another thing is like knowing how to communicate as well. Like instead of just getting mad super fast and just wanting to like argue, or like you have to know how to just talk and like communicate about things. Because then they're gonna find you annoying because they're gonna feel like you're always just causing arguments and stuff like that.
Okay, I like that. She gave two different examples that essentially just go with bring peace.
Mhm.
Both of them. All right. What about you?
I think, be interested in him. Show him that you give a damn about what he gives a damn about. You know what I'm saying? His favorite team, become a fan. Ask him questions about the game if you don't know, or different stuff like that. If he's into different types of music, listen to some of his songs. You know what I mean? Like it's things that you can do to really connect on another level that'll really show him like you really fuck with him like that.
Okay, I'm with you. And essentially what you're saying is get to know him. Have some interest in what he actually likes, and then from there you'll be able to get to know him a little better.
Right.
And right, you had said peace. What about you, Pooh? Did you want to add anything to that on like what are any ways to be able to attract a man for a committed relationship?
what the fuck?
You laugh first, so maybe you laugh.
You laugh first. Yeah, no, I think they got it.
Okay.
We covered it.
No, and you want to know why I think they covered it as well? Because men are simple as fuck. All right, we don't ask for much. Bring some peace and actually be interested in us. And
Oh
we're
my
actually going to want to stay
goodness.
around for a long fucking time. I'm just keeping it real. Men, like life, we're simple. And sadly, other people make it complicated. It looks like you had your hand raised, Lala. Go ahead.
Because I want to go back to what we was talking about.
Yeah, bring it up.
Because I got my question for you.
Let me hear it.
Okay. So back to the whole like why men cheat or stuff like that.
Sure.
Okay, so what if he is getting it on the regular? Okay, he's getting it on the regular. There's no slowdown in it. There's nothing that's different. Like it's bomb every time. It's all the time.
Mhm.
But he still cheat.
Sure. You're asking why does that happen?
Why does that happen?
I'll explain it to you
When
pretty
he
simply.
cheats?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even though he's getting
Sorry.
Because
No, I got you. I
If
just,
you don't remember, because he was saying last time, a man who don't get sex on a regular,
Yeah.
sometimes why they would cheat.
Yeah.
You know, so
They
then
cheat
I was
anyways.
asking, well, what if you do
Right.
get sex on a regular?
Good question.
No, I love that. I'll give you the exact
Sorry.
answer why. And it actually goes into what we had talked about earlier.
Okay.
Does anybody remember the number on how many times hornier men are than women?
70.
There we go. Thank you, Andrea. That's the first.
1,000%.
That's the
I
first
think
answer why.
70,000. Both answers are correct.
It was 70 times. And that's the beginning of the answer why.
Okay.
Right. And it's because there is a lot of things that are happening between us naturally.
Mhm.
Right. But I'll give you even more reason on why they feel comfortable doing that
Okay.
and still wanting to be in a relationship, because I think that's more so what you're asking.
Mhm.
Why do they feel comfortable wanting to have sex with other women, but still want to be in a relationship with me? Right. It's because when you get into a relationship, what we're doing is we're offering to the opposite person our most cherished asset, should we say,
Mhm.
the most prized thing, right? Like, so let's say, like, if you really care about somebody like your parents and you want to show them that you love them, you give them something that you feel is very valuable, right? Even if it's not for their birthday or something. That's just how we operate as humans, right? So when it comes to a relationship, what we're offering are two different things, and that's often where the confusion is.
Okay.
So from women's side to men, when we're talking about in relationships, what you're offering is your ability to be able to create a legacy for that man, right? To actually be able to help him have children, right? It's literally what's between your legs, right? Here's the difference though with men. What we have between our legs isn't our biggest asset that we're offering.
Mhm.
It's the actual ability to provide and protect for you. So though he might have sex with somebody else, that woman's not getting the house.
Mhm.
If they out on a street fight, she out on her own. He's coming home to you. Do you see the difference?
Mhm.
He's offering my ability to use all of my provisioning, all the money I make and bring it to this family, and all of the power that I have to protect you. And you're offering all of you have to give life.
Mhm.
It's two different things. So that's why biologically men feel comfortable being able to have sex with other women if they can, because most men can't exercise that option. But I'm going with your scenario here. If they can, they feel
Mhm.
comfortable doing that, knowing that they're not going to give away what their most cherished asset is, which is different than if a woman is to go cheat and have sex, because she's giving away her most cherished asset,
Mhm.
the ability to have kids, like what's between your legs.
Okay.
Does that help give
Oh,
any
yeah.
clarification?
Yeah, because I've heard that a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? A guy would be like, "Oh shoot, I just fucked that bitch, but I pay your bills.
Right,
I
I
do
don't
this
care
for you."
about
You know what I'm saying? So I got you.
That's the biology on why.
Mhm.
So it's like if you want to put it into like even animal terms, right? Like the gorilla with all the women, he's the one that's getting more women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how it works. And that's how our biology works, because we understand that, you know, the strongest survive. I'll just keep it real
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm
True.
so confused.
Where do we lose you,
True.
Pua? And did you want to get
You
caught up?
lost me for a second.
All right, no worries. No worries. If you ever do want to get caught up, just let me know. I'll help
I
catch you
have to
up.
watch this back.
I got you. It's already recorded as we go live, so it'll be there on Rumble. And if you guys want to see some behind the scenes stuff, join the locker room. You'll be able to get some of that there. All right. And
Join it.
I love it. I love it. She's giving you some props as well. We'll clip that and have her say it again. But I think we got a little, I'll say, insight into why relationships might be breaking up.
Mhm.
Because I think one of the biggest reasons on why that's happening is oftentimes women leave because of infidelity. And a lot of times men will just stop giving any type of care and emotion and passion if they feel annoyed.
I think it's money issues.
Okay. All right. Why do you say that? And give it
I think
let's take
that's
a
the
little deeper.
majority of like problems. Like if you guys are both like financially okay, I think there would be a lot less arguing, a lot less stress.
Mhm.
And it's like a lot of times it's either or,
Mhm.
and depending on who's like above that person, I think a lot of times that's like a huge issue.
I definitely agree with you on that. And
So-
I'm saying like if the woman's making more than a man, it's often not going to lead to a prosperous relationship.
Mhm.
And that actually takes me into the conversation that I wanted to ask. Do any of you guys think that if a relationship is going 50-50, that it's going to lead to something that's going to stand the test of time? And I'll start with you, Pua, since we were just having that combo.
It's fine. I mean, I think it's okay, but I think it depends on circumstances, you know, like if the person is like totally financially okay, like they're very wealthy and you're struggling, I don't know why you would have to carry that burden when they're able to like take care of you. Now, if you guys also both have the same bank account and you ask for more from him, that's fucked up. But it's like, you know, I think also if I was getting more and I love this person, I feel like maybe I should take on more responsibility because I can.
Okay.
So it goes both ways, I think.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, and I
But-
kind of like what you're putting down. If you were making more than the man that you were
Yeah.
dating for the time, right?
Right?
If you were, how long would you quote unquote provide for him, aka pay his bills and things of that nature? How long would you do that for?
Depends, like, if he's trying.
Mhm.
If he's laying on his fucking ass all day, fucking playing video games or some shit, I'd be like, nah,
Right.
we're
Right.
good here. But no, if you're trying, you're going to school, you're like,
Mhm.
you know, trying to like do the best that you can, or like chasing towards like a certain dream, and maybe you're not making money now, but you're making a little bit on the road. Like,
Sure.
if I love you, I'll do that.
All right. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You
You're saying like
know?
essentially
But
if
you
he has
have
ambition.
to try,
Yes.
like fucking try.
He's got to have some ambition on wanting to do something.
Exactly.
So let's say he does have ambition, right? Are
Yeah.
you giving him 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10
I
years?
mean,
how
if
long are
it's
you
not
giving him?
happening, I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
I would want the same. You know, if I'm chasing a fucking goal that I'm never gonna achieve, I want you to be real with me. Be like, babe. But if it's like achievable and you're just like dogging on me, I'm also gonna break up with you. Cause like I'm confident with myself, so fuck you. If you don't believe this, then move along. Don't waste your time with me then, because this is what I'm doing.
So how long are you
But-
giving him? If he's ambitious, you see he's
Yeah.
over here trying to be a trader, right? He's on the
Yeah.
computer every fucking morning, learning
Yeah.
this, fucking bars and the
As long
charts
as
and all
he's
that.
trying,
How long
but,
are you
like,
giving him? 12 months? Are you going to pay the bills for 5 years? Are you going to pay the bills for
I'm
10
paying
years?
all the bills?
Yeah, I mean, you got to help him. He's over
Fuck.
here fucking learning how to trade.
I'm not gonna like take care of all the bills. No.
Okay, so he
I'm
helps
not
out with
taking care
some.
of all the bills.
50-50, right? We're still 50-50.
50-50.
How long are you going
Then,
50-50 with him?
I mean, I don't know. Am I achieving my goals?
I
Or are
don't
we
know.
still 50-50?
You tell me.
You know what I mean? I would like for us to help each other. I would think like if a year we're both in the same place, we're not good for each other.
Okay, so about a year.
Yeah, I
All
would
right.
think so.
That's fair. That's fair.
3 months you probably know, but you try to make it work. And,
Okay.
you know, from then on, it's like you did your best and
Understood.
move along.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. You gave it about a year. You tried it out.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrea? And because the to bring it back, I know we went a little deep with our conversation here, but like to bring it back to the question, do you think that a 50-50 relationship can stand the test of time?
Yeah, I feel like it can if both parties are like able to do that. And 50-50 can be in different areas. Like it doesn't necessarily mean like you have to split everything 50-50.
Just so you know, we're speaking financially, just so you're aware.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
no. But it can be like, say he's paying all the big bills, the rent and like the car note and stuff. You're paying like the utilities and the groceries and getting stuff for the house. Like,
Is that really 50-50?
I mean,
Or is
in
that
the-
more 75-25? Because
well,
he's
I mean,
paying the
because
shit
like
that really
from a
bad.
lot of
Honestly, it could
a lot
be.
of relationships that I've seen.
You know how groceries
Yeah,
are?
You
like
said he's
from
paying the house, the car, the fucking like the
I
big
said
shit.
the big bills, yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
from a lot of relationships I've seen, that's what works for both of them. Like he's able to provide, he's able to do more, and he's okay with doing that. But he's still not having to pay for everything, and she's still contributing too. And
I understand.
that's what works. So to them, it different people look at 50-50 differently. Like it doesn't
Well-
have to be just straight down the middle.
No, they all look at it the same. It's just you're just not describing 50-50. What you're describing is a typical relationship where a man's able to be a provider. He just might not be able to provide at the level that could be the greatest, but he's providing. He's paying all the bills of
majority.
necessity.
Well, if it's like all split down the middle, I mean, if both parties are cool with that, then I mean, I feel like it can work. Like if one's doing real good financially and the other one's struggling, then no, it's not going to work because this person is dealing with a whole lot more and more problems and stuff, while the other person is just like cool. But if both of the situations work, they're both cool, they're making money, like, I don't see why it wouldn't last.
Okay. So would you go in a relationship 50-50, like indefinitely? Like I'm saying, like when you're in a marriage, you're not paying just the grocery stuff. You're literally splitting the mortgage. You're splitting the car bill. Would that be something you'd do?
I mean, if I was good financially and all that, then I mean, if I had it, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Because I mean, in my marriage, I did do 50-50. Like I did 50-50 if I could do it. Like it was at one point where I was the breadwinner and I was making more, and I didn't mind, paying for trips or paying more of the bills or whatever at the time, because it's whatever's working for us. Like, if you're working 2 jobs and you're doing all this. Like, okay, let me help you. Like, let me relieve some stress and, pay some of this so you don't have to do so much right now. Like,
Got you. So you were saying you were making more, though he was still like kind of like working really hard.
yeah, like he's still, working the same and everything. But it's like, because I knew I had it. It's like, let me, like, just take a week off of work, just chill. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
And similar question that I was asking Pooh there, like how long would have been, because I know you already told, excuse me, that you kind of moved on from that. But how long would you have been comfortable being in a situation like that where you were more so providing and being the breadwinner? Would it be like, let's say 6 months, 12 months, 5 years? Would you have been comfortable with like that for the rest of your life? Or were you hoping at some point he's going to take over that breadwinner position, should we say?
I mean, it would depend on the situation. So if I have like a career where I'm just used to being the breadwinner, I'm making all this money, like, okay, I wouldn't mind it. But I mean, at some point I would want them to help out more. If like that's something that just never happens and they just want me to constantly be the one to make all the money and stuff, at some point it's gonna be like, all right, you're not gonna step up, then we gonna have to
You out of there. You out of there. All right,
yeah,
cool.
if it's a situation to where it's like I'm not as financially stable, but it's like, okay, you just dealt with the loss or whatever, I'm paying more, that'll be cool for like a couple of months, but after a while it's like, okay, well, what's going on? Like,
yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Fair. So about a year, same like her. You probably give him like a year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair. Now to you, Miss Lala, same question. 50-50. Would that be something that would work for you? And do you think that's something that would actually last for let's say, stand the test of time for a relationship?
I've had it all 3 ways. I've had it where I've been
I like that.
the breadwinner. That did not come out. I've had it where I've been the breadwinner. I've had it where it's been 50-50, and I've also had it where I was stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
So by experiencing them all, to be honest, I would not do the 50-50.
Okay.
And here's why. You don't realize how much money you're saving when like you have a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad. Either or could stay at home. I don't have no cares about that part. But when you have the stay-at-home parent, you don't realize how much money you're saving. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about daycare. You don't have to worry about somebody being there, getting off work on time to let the kids in, different things like that. You don't have to depend on other people to do things for your kids. You don't have to depend on
I don't have kids.
Having a maid, having a cook.
Hold on. I understand what
Okay.
you're describing, but I got to stop you because you said something that literally had me scratching my head for a second. Like, it doesn't matter either way. So if you're the one making all the money, you're still cool with that, providing for him, and he's sitting on home being a stay-at-home dad. Just so the audience is clear, you're cool with being the breadwinner, working, making all the money, and having a stay-at-home dad protecting the kids.
Yeah.
Anybody else on the panel?
I don't have kids, but I think that makes sense if like that's the best for your children, for sure.
Okay.
Whoever's making the most money, I think that makes sense for sure.
Gotcha.
Because you think of the kids, you don't think of yourself.
Gotcha.
She's making more money than him. He has to stay home and take care of them. What else are you gonna do?
Okay,
That's
so
just what happens.
all right, I understand what you were saying there, and then I just wanted to make sure I got your opinion as well.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have kids, so I really
I would
can't
say the
speak
same.
on
Because
it,
I
but,
mean,
that's what I
have a kid.
think
So.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I understand what you're, and I appreciate
Sorry.
you giving that opinion. No, I get you, and you were just saying that you definitely are cool with a stay-at-home dad, and I'm just saying, is that something you'd be okay with as a breadwinning woman? Would you? Is that what you're comfortable with, having a stay-at-home dad?
I have a kid, so yeah, it's like if I'm making more of the money, go ahead, stay home, take care of the kids, clean the house, do all that, because financially and just mentally, it takes out a lot more because you're not stressed out about sitters and having somebody watch your kid and like having to drive around to pick up the kids and all this other stuff, and then having to clean the house. Like all that stuff is done. Like you just got to go to work and come back.
Okay. All right.
And a lot of things too, people don't realize when you're going 50-50, we're both working. We have different schedules. So it's going to always be confusion You know what I'm saying? Who can get the kids from, who can take the kids here, who can do this, who can do that, who can get off in enough. Kids get sick, kids get hurt. You know, it's all different types of things.
No, I get
And
you.
when we're both working and we're obligated to our jobs, we can't just easily take off. We can't just easily leave. We can't just easily not go in that day.
I get you.
You know what I'm
I totally
saying?
understand, but
So-
you still help to provide some extra confusion, should we say, just because like we had just talked about, when it comes to 50-50, for that to last for the long test of time, he's going to have to get his shit together.
Mhm.
As they said, at least within a year,
Mhm.
he's going to have to get his shit together. But yet we just heard, I think everybody say that they're cool with making the money indefinitely while he's a stay-at-home dad. Do we see how those are two opposite scenarios?
Mhm.
Do you guys see how that's confusing?
No.
How one scenario is it wouldn't be okay if he was not making enough money after a year, so much so you would leave, and rightfully so. If he don't get his shit together within that year and you're still the breadwinner, you should go find a better
So,
guy.
now with those two
But then on the other
things-
side, you're saying you're cool with having a stay-at-home dad while you make all the money. Those are two opposite scenarios.
So like I had said when I was talking that like if I have the career and I am the breadwinner, cool. If that's not how the situation is set up and say you go through a loss and I have to take care of everything, cool, but I'm expecting you to get your stuff back together.
Right,
So
you
it's
got
two
to
different
win
scenarios
at some point.
But it's like if I was already the breadwinner, I have the career, I'm making all the money already, then I mean
You're saying
Yeah,
you'd
like-
get with that guy and have him be a stay-at-home dad?
I'm like if that's I'm not okay, not like if I
That's what I'm confused.
You're-
That's what I'm confusing
You
on, right?
didn't ask about the kid situation.
Oh no, she brought
that up.
it up.
The, like,
Yeah,
She
I
brought
brought
up
it
the
up.
kid, so that's where I was confused because
If
she
we're
was saying she
talking
brought
about
up the
having
kid.
kids with somebody. For one, I honestly never had that. So,
Fair.
like, I have no like thing to speak on.
No
that,
perspective, yeah.
And I never like had that desire. So, my question would be completely different.
Sure,
Mhm.
I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
And it was really
But,
just brought up because she was saying like in that 50-50 scenario, she brought
Or
up the part
50-50,
of like her being the full
it has to do
breadwinner
with the kid.
and he actually
Mhm.
being a stay-at-home dad.
1000%.
So you're saying like
Doesn't
you would
matter.
rather you
Doesn't
working,
matter.
you're working and he's at the home with the kid.
You're half of this kid.
It doesn't matter. He's working.
I'm just
or
trying to
I'm
get
working.
clarification.
Exactly.
But for the confusion part, if I get with the guy and he already has a job, I'm not gonna make him like leave his job. 'Cause I'm
Right.
the breadwinner.
Right.
Like,
I ain't saying that.
yeah.
Got you. Okay. All right. I understand where you guys are going with that. And quite honestly, I think that all of what you guys are saying like lines up. Because you shouldn't be the person motivating your man to have to be better.
Mhm.
He should have that already within himself. So like
Mhm.
that goes to like what you were just saying at the end there. That if you're already the breadwinner and he doesn't have the job, you're not going to make him get another job. You shouldn't have to. He should be somebody that actually wants to work so much so that he can
If we
provide
could
for you.
have a job at the same time, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, if you ain't got no job at all, hold on.
You guys shouldn't even be together.
Yeah, no,
Like,
like,
we'll
I
just
gotta
say
see
that.
that you are
Something.
still a hustler.
While you're at home, do fucking something.
That's
You can't just not.
and for all the ladies that are watching this and do watch this in the future, those are the men that you don't be with. All right. Do not give them a chance. I'm telling you straight up. If you don't got a job, move on to the next one.
Exactly.
All right. So
Selling Girl Scout cookies. Come on.
I mean, God, nah, you got to do better than that, my
brings-
nigga.
ooh,
Do
that-
not listen to that advice. Don't get you no cookies. Don't get you no goddamn cookies. If I see a man,
So you
wearing
have your
a
man walking
uniform.
out in a full-blown uniform.
come on now.
Oh, God,
If
I
I
will.
see a man
Oh
in a
my
uniform
God, I will.
selling Girl Scout cookies, we got a motherfucking problem. I'm calling the cops. I am calling the goddamn cops, okay? And from that point, I'm going to make sure that things are really going to be set in place because that actually took me to my question on look what you guys saying a stay-at-home dad. Just a quick raise of hands. Who here would be comfortable if you did have a child? I'm not saying everybody does because we don't want to give into your business if we didn't ask that. If you did have a child, who here would be comfortable bringing that child to a daycare ran by all men? Okay, great. Nobody.
I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't, because I wouldn't.
No.
If there was a daycare that was ran by all men, I guarantee I'm not taking my daughter,
Hell
I'm not taking my
no.
niece, because that shit just don't sound right.
I ain't even stepping up in there. What
Exactly.
the fuck is going on in
It
here?
don't even sound right.
You're so
Y'all ain't
strange.
hire no women, not even in the office.
Exactly my point.
damn.
Exactly my point. Because that is not their biological strength.
Mhm.
So why in the fuck are you
Okay.
having this guy just being a stay-at-home dad when that is not his biological strength? Understood, he'll be better than just the all-daddy daycare. Right? We get that.
And
But what I'm saying is, if you had the, let's say, two options, rather he, let's say, be the stay-at-home dad, or you motivate him in some way, which you shouldn't, to be a better man, to actually go make the money for the provider. I would suggest that you did that, because you're in a lose-lose situation, to be honest. But if you're in that situation, at least help that guy be a better man so that he can provide more for you, rather than, quote unquote, putting him in a situation where he's not going to be in what his biological strengths are. Does that make sense off the two options?
that definitely does make sense, but we weren't saying it as in like, oh, that's just going to be your role. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your role for this time, then that's your role for this time.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what
So
I'm
you're
saying?
giving him a year, just like they said.
That's your role for this time. Like, it's not saying it could be 2 years. I don't know. I'm just saying I
That's
don't
not
have an
indefinite.
issue with it. I don't have an issue with it, because also too, I get what you're saying, but a lot of men are better with their own kids than with other people's kids. You know what I'm
course.
saying?
Of
So
course.
it's like, it's your kids. Like, watch your damn kids while I do what I do too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
it. Because it's the same vice
If you don't
versa.
want to
I
watch
gotta
the kids, go ahead and go out of work. I'm
Right. I'm gonna watch the kids while you go do what you do. Either way it go, we're paying our bills and we're living, and
Oh,
we
fuck
don't
it.
have any worries
You
about
do
what's going on.
everything. You do everything. They do everything. Fuck it.
You want him to watch the kids
Yep.
and pay the bill.
Do it. Do it all.
This is
Oh.
hilarious.
This point-
She just went
At
from one
this
extreme to the
point-
other.
But
Because it don't have to
Wow.
be that way, but it's you just better be provided enough so that I could stay at home if that is the case.
exactly that
Fair.
part.
Because it's like, if I got to leave my career to
Uh.
do this, then it got to make sense.
I can hear that. It's more so figuring out what you guys are talking about in your own situation.
Mhm,
You
right.
know, but you got to do what's like, I'm just more so
Right.
speaking of what's the best for, let's say,
Mhm.
everybody involved, and that's the guy actually being the provider, so you guys can be in what your strengths are.
True. That is
But
very true.
I hear what you guys are saying about the
That's
50-50.
true.
More so wanted to spray the example that you're going to be on a timeline. That's more so I'm going to explain to the guys out there, because there's
Mhm.
people that are saying 50-50 can work.
Mhm.
I'm here to debunk that. As we have all stated
Already
here,
done.
that ain't working.
No.
You can maybe be on that for a little bit, but after that, you're going to have to get your shit together or be gone, my man. And that's quite simply what it plays out to.
That is true.
All right. So I'm glad we were able to lay that out. And what we were doing here, you good over there, Pooh?
Yes, I'm great.
Okay. Perfect.
I was looking for my pen.
Oh, bad.
I
What
got-
we were
I got
going
a
to,
question.
okay. If you have a
Oh,
question,
I was gonna wait till you was done.
I was
Okay.
actually going to lead it to you guys so we can get to the questions that you guys might have had for us, or
Okay.
last thoughts that you might have brought up, let's say, learn from this episode.
Okay.
But go ahead with the question.
I got a question for you.
I love it.
So,
I see.
why? Okay, so I'm gonna just put it out like this.
Keep it real.
I helped someone get on their feet, right? Basically meaning like he had a job, he had a car when we met, but he didn't have his own place. He was living with someone, right? For a couple years. So I basically took him in, you know, help him get on his feet, help him get a good job that he had been wanting to get, all that, you know. I helped him make well over $100,000 a year. My question is, why, when a woman humbles, and I'm really saying humbles herself, because as you guys know, a lot of women don't do that.
Yeah.
A lot of women don't want to help build you up. They don't want a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? They want you to come already stepping. You know, so when you get a woman who does that, be there for you, do all those things, why once you get on your feet, why you shit on her? Why do you, you know, cheat? Why do you do all these things to not show your appreciation for how she was there for you when nobody was fucking with you?
Okay. All right. Layered question, because we already answered the cheat part.
True.
We already answered the cheat part. Right? That's not going to show any type of correlation on how much he cares about you.
Okay.
He probably still cares about you just as much as he did before he had sex with another girl.
Okay.
He was just horny, right? But it sounds like what you also might be describing is why he might do other things to possibly even create relationships with other women and possibly create connections with other women, maybe even move on with another woman, though you built him up. Is that
Or
more
like,
accurate?
or like more of like be mean to you, more of like you know, just ego,
Okay.
very egotistical.
Ah,
after
yeah.
You done helped.
I got you. And quite honestly, that goes into why I say women shouldn't help men build up.
Mhm.
Because those guys that are at like anywhere from 20 to 50% of what they should be, because we all say a guy, let's say that's at a bar of 100%, right? That's like the best you can be.
Mhm.
And if you're meeting a guy anywhere between 20 to 50%, my advice is don't fuck with him.
Okay.
You can help a guy that's anywhere from 75 to 100
Mhm.
to get to that next level.
Years old?
No,
Oh.
percentage of how good they could be as a man, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate.
I'm hoping you're not fucking with a 0-year-old guy, right?
I know.
Like, I'm hoping not. But
I'm dead.
what we're talking
The
about
way
is
this combo just
I
switches
know,
is crazy.
Wait,
right.
wait, what?
So, just to give the recap, what we're talking about is you don't want to be messing with the guy if he's not anywhere near what he should be,
Mhm.
right? If he's
Oh.
0 to 50% of where he could be, you shouldn't be fucking with him. Because yes, you could maybe help build him up to being 75 to 100, but there's a reason he's at 0 to 50.
Mhm.
And when you build him up, it'll show itself in the things that you're describing there.
Okay.
What my advice is if you are able to build up a guy, don't build up a guy unless he's at 75, 80, and you can maybe take him to 100 or 110,
Okay.
right? That's going to be a great guy, and that's going to create a great situation.
Okay.
But trying to take a guy from 0 all the way to 100, you're just going to lose. It's not going to work
Yeah.
out. And it's
I've
because we
heard-
live different experiences. It's no knock to you. It's just
Okay.
men live different experiences than women live.
Okay.
So there's not going to be too many things, even though you're doing the best that you can,
Mhm.
that's going to help him understand how to be a man.
okay.
So even though he got to that position of financial, let's say, foundation, he wasn't able to understand how to live as a man with that type of financial foundation.
Okay.
And you can't teach him that because
Okay.
you're not a man.
So what you just said, that was someone told me before that it's like a resentment type of thing. It's like they kind of resent you because yes, you were there, you know what I'm saying, but they didn't do it on their own. And like that's one thing I've
I've heard
always
that.
heard. It's like a man has to build himself up so he can feel like a man. And like if I helped him do that, then he doesn't feel like a man.
Well, there's parts of that to it. I won't say it's just resentment towards
Okay.
you.
I feel
But
like
there
it's
is-
kind of both. It's more so of what you said, but it's a little bit of what you said too.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
like that he resents you. It's just that even though you helped him do that, he's going to still go look to find a way to build
Mm.
himself up,
Mm,
right? He's
Okay.
going to use that 100,000 and try to go make $1 million.
And then a
mhm.
lot of people that come up like that so big to where he's going from staying with people not having it like that to making 100,000 a month.
Mhm.
Like they all usually people that get it like that, their mindset isn't there. Like they usually
Mhm.
make a lot of dumb decisions. They lose out on the money.
That's
like
true.
you know that first time, especially when it's off of like another woman building it up, like they're gonna make even more dumber decisions.
Yep.
True.
Typically how it goes. And again, it's just like from what we said. There's nothing you can do, and it's no knock to you. It's just you can't teach a man how to be a man because you didn't live the life
Right.
of a man. It is what it is. And it's on him to go do the hard work.
Mhm.
I've said it before, and I actually said it on today's episode, speaking to the men. If you want to be the shit, you're going to have to go through shit.
Yeah.
And if you avoid the shit, your life will be shit.
Yeah.
Quite simple as that. All right. So did anybody else have any other questions they wanted to ask out? I don't know if we got any other chats. My phone's dead. So
Yeah. Any
I can't
questions?
see it at the moment. Sounds like we're good. Did you guys have any other questions that you want to ask, or we can go straight to the last thoughts?
Yeah, we can go.
All right, perfect. I want to start with you, Pooh. What are your last thoughts or anything that you learned from the show?
I don't know.
I'll take that as a nothing. It's okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. I'm going to move on to you.
I'll take that as
Andre.
a nothing. Yo.
What about last thoughts or anything that you learned from the show?
As far as anything I learned from the show, I mean, it was a lot more insight on how men think in different situations with women. So, I mean, that was like interesting to hear. Because you hear more. I'm a woman, so you hear more women's standpoints rather than like men.
Sure. And most guys just ain't gonna keep it real with you because they want to say the nice things to
And
make sure they can
that
fuck.
too, they be
Exactly.
bullshitting.
It
so
is what it is.
It's hard to get the authentic answers of we do this shit because it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Glad you picked up on that. What about you, Lala? Any last thoughts or anything you learned from the show?
We are fucking on the flight. Okay.
There you go. There you go. She learned. She learned. And a shout out to the episode. I'm glad somebody picked it up. And just what she's saying, don't fuck every guy. But if you're willing to take a flight for this nigga, be ready to drop them draws. It is what it is. All right. And I appreciate you on that. If there's nothing else that anybody else wanted to add, I think that we had a pretty solid episode tonight. I think there were some good conversations, some good back and forth, some good banter. And I hope you guys were able to pick something up from what they were able to put down tonight. If not, you can always check back next week. We'll be back here, another daytime episode. We'll also have another panel full with lovely ladies, being able to get more opinions on how we can bring this together, make guys better, make relationships better, add some more love in the world. That's all I'm here to do. And hopefully you guys will be back here with us next Tuesday. And if not, we don't give a shit. Peace.
Peace.